Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka a Day. Today's Shloka is going to be the very first Shloka of chapter 11. But before we look at the first Shloka, let's just look at a quick summary of this chapter. So we've completed 10 chapters so far. And this is a very interesting chapter. This is the chapter in which the Lord gives his Vishvarupa Darshan to Arjuna. So Vishvarupa Darshan is also called the universal form. Why is the Lord suddenly giving Arjuna this darshan? Well, that's because Arjuna has asked to see this form of the Lord. So this cosmic form of the Lord, in the 10th chapter, Krishna had said that I pervade the entire existence. Everything is managed by me with just a spark of my splendor, the Lord says. That makes Arjuna a little bit more curious. How exactly does the Lord pervade everything? How can the Lord be everywhere at all times? So Arjuna asks the Lord to show him his Vishvarupa Darshan. So in shlokas 1 to 4, Arjuna is very humbly requesting the Lord to show him his cosmic form. But before the Lord shows Arjuna his cosmic form, Krishna begins to describe his cosmic form. And then Krishna says, you need special vision to see this universal form. And he benedicts Arjuna with this special vision to see this cosmic form. And then from shlokas 9 to 14, Sanjaya describes this universal form. And from 15 to 31, Arjuna describes this universal form. What does Arjuna see? How is this universal form impacting Arjuna? What are the emotional experiences that Arjuna is having as a result of seeing this cosmic form? How Arjuna beholds the Kala Rupa, the time factor that shows everybody rushing into the mouth of the Lord for their ultimate death. And because Arjuna is so perturbed and so disturbed by what he sees, he begins to pray and he asks the Lord, who are you? Why have you come here? So Krishna responds to Arjuna by saying, I am time and I am here to kill everybody. And not to be disturbed and perturbed by what you have seen. You simply follow my instructions and become my instrument. So that's Krishna's instruction to Arjuna. And Arjuna continues with his prayers. He glorifies the Lord. He offers him his obeisances. He begs for forgiveness. And he requests the Lord to show him the Chaturbudya form, the four-handed form of Vishnu, Narayana. And then the Saumya Rupa. The Saumya Rupa is very, very pleasing for everyone, which is the two-handed form of Lord Krishna with the flute in his hand. So from shlokas 47 to 55, Krishna concludes this particular chapter by stating that not everybody gets to see the universal form. It's even more rare to see the Chaturbhuja form, and it is the rarest for anyone to have the Saumya Rupa darshan, which is the darshan of Lord Krishna in his two-handed form. But Krishna says anybody with pure devotion can see him, whether it is the universal form or the two-handed form. The chapter starts with revelation of God in matter, not in the way of vibhuti, but in the form of Virat Rupa. So both are manifestations of God in matter. In the sense, in chapter 10, in Vibhuti Yoga, the Lord is saying, just look all around you. I'm there in everything. And this everything is matter actually. But the Lord gives examples of matter in our universe and matter in other planetary systems as well, in our Earth as well as in other planetary systems as well, to give Arjuna an experience of what his opulence is all about. Now, continuing with this material universe, the Lord is going to reveal his cosmic form which is also material in nature. It is not spiritual. It is the sum total of all of matter that exists in one place, which shows both living and non-living entities, devatas and all of the cosmos in one place. So both the vibhutis that the Lord spoke about in chapter 10 and this Virat Rupa are actually manifestations of God in matter. The chapter will culminate in pure devotion by which we can see all forms of God. So if we are pure devotees, we can see God in matter and we can see God in his original spiritual form as well. So both matter and spirit is consequential for us in understanding who the Supreme Personality of Godhead is. So let's recite Shloka number. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Madanugrahaya Paramam
Madanugrahaya Paramam
Guhyamadhyatma Samhitam
Guhyamadhyatma Sangitam
Yatvayoktam Vachastena
Etvayoktam Vachastena
Mohoyam Vigato Mama.
Mohoyam Vigato Mama.
Over meaning, translation, and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna said.
Arjuna said.
Mat Anugrahaya.
Mat Anugrahaya.
Just to show me favor.
Just to show me favor.
Paramam.
Paramam.
Supreme.
Supreme.
Guhyam.
Guhyam.
Confidential subject.
Confidential subject.
Adhyatma.
Adhyatma.
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Samnitam.
Sangitam.
In the matter of.
In the matter of.
Yat.
Yet.
What.
What.
Tvaya.
Tvaya.
By you.
By you.
Uktam.
Uktam.
Said.
Said.
Vachaha.
Vachaha.
Words.
Words.
Tena.
Tena.
By that.
By that.
Mohaha.
Mohaha.
Illusion.
Illusion.
I am.
I am.
This.
This.
Vigataha.
Vigataha.
Is removed.
Is removed.
Mama.
Mama.
My.
My.
Translation. Arjuna said.
Arjuna said.
By my hearing the instructions.
By my hearing the instructions.
You have kindly given me.
You have kindly given me.
About these most confidential spiritual subjects.
About these most confidential spiritual subjects.
My illusion has now been dispelled.
My illusion has now been dispelled.
So, after 10 chapters, Arjuna is stating that, yes, whatever illusion that I was in chapter 1, after hearing all your responses to my questions, my dear Lord, you have revealed some very confidential matters to me. Now my illusion is gone. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, this chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes. He is even the cause of the Mahavishnu, from whom the material universes emanate. Krishna is not an incarnation. He is the source of all incarnations. That has been completely explained in the last chapter. So anybody who has doubts about whether Vishnu came first or Krishna came first, this seems to be a regular point of contention when we read the scriptures. If you really pay attention to the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says he is the source of all incarnations and everything emanates from him. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. So, in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Now, it is quite natural that even if the Lord says, I am the Supreme Lord, in Kali Yuga, people may be doubtful. So there has to be some other means by which it can be clearly understood that Krishna is indeed the Supreme Lord. So although Arjuna is convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and he is the source of everything, he is actually going to request that the Lord show his universal form so that others who may not have faith, who may not accept just the mere words of the Supreme Lord himself, although I shouldn't say the mere words, but in their context, it could be mere words. Words mean nothing for some people. Seeing is believing, and therefore Arjuna requests this specific benediction for fallen people like you and me to really understand that indeed Krishna is the supreme. So, in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Actually, when one sees the universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened, like Arjuna. But Krishna is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again into his original form. Arjuna agrees to what Krishna has several times said. Krishna is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjuna acknowledges that all this is happening to him by Krishna's grace. He is now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as the super soul. So the essence of Arjuna's request is, you know, you have spoken all these confidential matters and my illusion is dispelled, but I have a few more asks of you, Krishna, which will come in the forthcoming shlokas.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.